Hi YouTube, it's Mary once again. Thought I might make a quick video. I'm starting dinner real late, but we're just gonna have some vegetables. I've been using this vegetable that you buy from Costco. It's called, let me flip it over so you can see it. Vegetable melange. And it is so good. It has a mixture of Brussels sprouts, mushrooms, red and yellow peppers, red onions, uh, extra virgin oil, Himalaya pink salt, roasted. Everything is good. So what I'm doing, I'm gonna fry me a cabbage, a little small cabbage, and mix all this together. Might put a little spinach in it too. But my friend Harold, he loves vegetables, so this is simple. It is so hot here, so we just cook what we can cook on the stove after the sun is almost down. It's just 100 degrees out here, so just trying to make the meal work. But I was gonna tell you something about memory. That's what we was talking about the last time. My memory started coming back, I would say in the 80s, mid 80s. And I was at the park with my boys, and the wind blew. I just remember the wind blowing, and then all of a sudden I was looking at myself as a baby. I knew it was me. I don't know how I knew, but it was me. And I was messing with my mother's blouse, trying to put her breast up. And I couldn't do it. It was taking too long. The buttons were too little. And I remember she had on a green seersucker dress. And she helped me button the dress up. And wham, that vision just went away in a flash. And another vision came real quick. And I don't know how in the world I was able to do that. And I'm still walking, or maybe I sat down on a bench, because my boys, they were like 8 and 5, or maybe, I don't know, they were young in the 80s. So, but for me to see this, it couldn't last that long. But I then after that vision, here I am, a baby again. I'm 6 months old in a basket, sitting under a clothesline, and it's dark. I remember I could see my mother's shadow taking the clothes off the line, and then I looked up and saw the stars. I got excited. I started jumping, and then I remembered when I saw the stars. I remember that they lied to me. I was not supposed to be left here. Somebody was supposed to come get me. It's like you at the daycare and your mama don't show up. That's the feeling that I had. And that next thing I know, my boys, mama, mama, we ready to go. And it was just weird, a weird afternoon. And it just, I don't know, messed up my whatever, because I couldn't hardly think or drive. And I said, when the world was that? So the next day I told my sister what happened. And she said, Mary, you come up with the craziest things. That did not happen. And if it did happen, nobody is alive to tell you that it happened. Mama's dead, and daddy don't remember. That was years ago. And I said, I know, but I'm just telling you what kind of flash I have. You know how I see vision? I saw my mother's death, and I just didn't know what to do with this particular vision. But anyway, I let it go because my sister was getting kind of just, you make me sick with these visions. So I just let it go. 2 weeks later, we go to homecoming down in Sulphur Springs, Texas. My grandmother's sister was sitting on the porch. We were walking there up there, me and Kathy, because we got there late. And she stood up. My aunt stood up. My grandmother was already dead. And she said, "Oh, they're May." She was all excited. And they're my sister May. And the people there had kind of calmed her down, because I was not her sister. I was her sister's granddaughter. We do favor a lot. So she was just happy, happy, happy. So I finally got to the porch and I told her, I said, Aunt Veda, I'm Mary, but I'm your sister's Mary's granddaughter. And she said, May's granddaughter? I said, yes, ma'am. She said, what was your mama name? And I said, my mother's name was Mabel. And it's something about, look like the older people, if you tell them what your mother's name was, they can kind of piece the story together. She said, Mabel? I said, yes, ma'am, that was my mother's name. I said, she's dead, though. She says, yeah, I remember Mabel. And I remember you too. You was a bitty baby. I said, Vader, what's a bitty baby? She said, ooh, that's a baby sucking mama titty a long time. Mabel had a hard time weaning you. You was almost 3 before Mabel got you to put up her breast. And I just sat there with my head. I smiled, and my sister just shook her head. She said, Lord, that vision you saw had to be true. Because even for Aunt Veda, Aunt Veda was 87 or 88. She was in her 80s. To even remember that and tell me that, because if Aunt Veda hadn't told me that, there's no way I wouldn't know what time, how old I was when I was weaned. So she said, yeah, it had to be true, that vision. I said, well, Kathy, what about the vision of me being in the stars and the feeling that I was left here against my will? What was that flashback? She said, we'll never know, but if they both got to be true. I said, I suppose so. Maybe one day I'll realize what it is. But I said that to say that the memories come in flashes, and those of you who want to seek past memories, you might have to do past life regressions. And the past life regressions are good, but they take you back too far. If you just want to know what happened in this lifetime, you probably should go to the Akashic Records and look up some information about Akashic Records. You can go through that, and it'll tell you how to ask the universe certain questions, and you will get the answer. They have never failed me. I've even asked the Akashic Records for things that I've lost or misplaced, and it tells you exactly where it is, and you just what's the word? Found it. You just couldn't figure out how in the world did this voice or whatever tell you what you were looking for. But remember the Akashic Records. Go to that. And if you want to remember things that you have forgotten, you come to it with a question. Things that have in fact, you'll never know, because if you're my age, everybody is dead and gone. So nobody can confirm what you're talking about. But it was good for my aunt to be there to tell me how old I was and this really happened. Because if it wasn't for my aunt telling me that event, I would just be going on speculations. And this is what the Akashic Record told me. I don't know if it's true, but I do know what my aunt told me was true. That was the truth. So you people, you young people, try to get you some questions and things you want to know about your past, when you were younger and things, and the answer will come. We'll talk some more. It's come up on 8 minutes. I'm just going to go finish these vegetables and my cabbage. I got it soaking for about 30 minutes. I'm just going to fry it, put some bacon, fry it in a skillet, and then put these vegetables in with it. We're just going to have a vegetable meal. Anyway, guys, I'll chat with you soon. Bye-bye.